Hey guys, welcome back to the TohirT channel. Tahir is here. I hope you had a fantastic week. Today, I have something very special for you. I mean, you've seen the thumbnail, so kind of was a spoiler already, but imagine the situation. Society keeps telling you to stay in the same lane. They keep telling you that you are of this kind of mold and you should continue down this particular path, preset path, that is. And in this particular situation, you are a rapper, a multi-platinum selling artist who one day just decides, you know what? I'm not just gonna be a musician, I'm gonna write a book, a novel, a thriller at it. Sounds familiar? Well, I'm talking about the book called Supermarket. An experience, not just a book, which was written by Bobby Hall, who you commonly know by his stage name Logic. I will steer away from any kind of spoilers, I will not ruin this experience for you. I will primarily talk about the book and the experience itself, and I'll talk about what it means to me personally and what you should take out of this experience as your own inspiration. Let's do this. From the top, let's start about the artist himself. His name is Logic. You've heard his music because he had multiple hits that have been playing on the radio. Here are some of the examples over here. I've first heard about this guy when I heard the songs of The Incredible True Story album, because for goodness sake, he had Neil deGrasse Tyson on that album. That was a lot for me to get intrigued by, but as I watched more of the interviews with this guy, as I learned his personal story, the tough upbringing, the positivity that he carried through that childhood and grind, and sort of like the dedication that led him to the stardom. I mean, Bobby Hall, in my opinion, is one of the most talented musicians, let alone probably one of the best rappers of this generation. And can you just imagine the situation where you have drug-addicted parents, you do not have access to any kind of opportunities, yet you make through that, then majority of us, that 0.00001% of the population who would make it to the top, would just go kick our feet back, relax, and enjoy the money and the fame. Yet this guy said the following.
My buddy, his name's Christian, he's my day-to-day manager, one of my oldest friends. I remember telling him I was reading like all different kinds of novels, and I was like, I really want to do this. And I wanted something fun, something edgy, something different. And he was like, yeah, dude, you can't write a book. I'll never forget that. He was like, you can't do it. But he wasn't mean about it. He was like, you just can't read 9 novels in a week and just decide you're going to write it, your own. And I was like, yeah, I can. We were like children. I was like, of course I can. And honestly, it was just that belief.
If there's one thing I want you to carry away from this section of the video, is the fact that when you want to do something, when you want to create, to accomplish something, do it and take it seriously. I love the attitude with which Bobby approached this project. He took writing a novel seriously. He knew he's stepping way out of his comfort zone, yet he was dedicated, he was committed, and he pushed through. Now about the book. Supermarket is a really good book. For the first ever written novel by this author, it is an amazing book. I really got myself fully immersed into that world. I was very engrossed into the plot. I liked all the twists and turns throughout the journey, throughout the section 1 and section 2 of the book. And to be quite honest, I was so much into it that maybe at some point I found an excuse and I told my family like, hey, I'm just gonna go to my studio for the next hour and a half and you're not gonna see me, but I'm working on something. And that working on something was me finishing a book, which led to this video, so technically it was a working project. Oh, and by reading it, I mean that I listened to the audiobook. And to be honest, this is the way to experience Supermarket. A, Logic himself narrates it and he does a phenomenal job. B, they incorporate the actual official soundtrack, Supermarket, that he released concurrently with the book, and they also add those ambient noises to create the atmosphere, to really, again, bring you into that experience, bring you into that world of Supermarket. And I beg you, please do not go and read the cliff notes about the plot of the book, because you will spoil certain parts of it, which came to me as a shocker because I had no clue what I was stepping into. I just put my headphones in and I start listening to it. The book has a few plot twists that you do not expect. Do not be like I was when I was like, I clearly see where this is going, up until the point when Bobby just took and completely twisted the whole thing on me, and I was like, oh Jesus, I did not see that coming. So even if you think you know where this is going, just keep reading through, immerse yourself into the experience, the payoff will be worth it. English, man. Now to the core part of my video, about transcending the media. You can fairly ask, A, to hear why you're actually reviewing the book, which if you've been part of my channel, you know, I like to experiment. And B, the other fair question that you will ask, Tahir, now that I read the book, I know that there are a lot of other books and movies on a similar kind of topic, and I'm on purpose not mentioning the topic to not spoil the plot. And yes, you are correct. There are a lot of movies, books, TV shows, documentaries, other medium formats that dealt with this similar kind of topic or series of topics beautifully. Yet what attracted me, what drew me, and what got me so inspired and passionate about this particular project was how well Bobby Hall combined all of those mediums, how he made them all work together in its own way. And when you think about the unlimited potential that it brings, if you would try to replicate something like this, it just creates its own art form, its own level of art masterpiece. I mean, I'm not afraid to use that word because this is how I felt. I felt like electrocuted. I felt like it charged up my battery.
That's crazy, right?
That's what it felt like when I finished reading, listening to Supermarket. What I mean by transcending the media is logic, writing a very enticing plot that brings you in. The narration that he recorded for the audiobook with all the proper experience parts that, again, sinks you deeper into the universe. And on top of that, for goodness sake, he went and recorded and released a soundtrack, an alternative genre soundtrack to Supermarket. This is the beauty of the modern technologies. I hate when people tell you, oh, you should stay in your lane, whether you're a creator or a business professional. You should stay in your lane, you were trained this way, this is how it's supposed to be done because this is how we used to do it. No, we now have the technologies that allow you, between the internet, our phones, and our laptops, and all the iPads and tablets and all that fun stuff, they allow us to jump between the audio, the written, the music, the video, the images, the illustration. It just gets crazier and crazier to see how people leverage that, how they mix it all together. So why would you stop? Bobby Hall, he did not stop. He went ahead and he said, I am gonna jump out of the rap game. I'm gonna transcend different media formats to create Supermarket, and I'm gonna bring in people into this with me. If you ask me, this is just the first of many different experiences that we're gonna see where artists, they start crossing those perceived borders because again, we have everything at our fingertips that allows us to go and jump around this line, treat it almost like a jumping rope. This is what technology is meant to do. Music video film, like those long music videos composed of several different music videos, come on man, this is like kindergarten. What I'm envisioning is, using the example of Supermarket, you have a written material, you have the soundtrack that you can listen to while you're reading that material that then slowly transitions you and incentivizes you to go and watch maybe a short video, maybe a longer format video. Then that video adds some interactivity features within it. Like, this is the kind of experience we have access to right now. We just need someone like Bobby Hall to go and create it, or us. What stops us from going and creating something like that? I know, you might just say, hey Tahir, you're getting carried away, you're just getting too crazy about it, but this is the kind of world of media that I want to live in. Did I mention AR or VR? That's right, and don't look at me like that. I know you probably see not me in this space, you just see Dr. Frankenstein just assembling pieces and creating his own monster.
Oh, it's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
In all seriousness, what gets me inspired about what Logic accomplished with Supermarket is how he's showing us the path towards something bigger, the path towards the place where we do not have to limit ourselves to a single occupation. You right now, you're watching this video, you might be just in a corporate job, pushing the papers, you might be in a single art form. For goodness sake, you might be just the person who is washing the cars, or maybe you're not even starting your career yet. You're still at school and you're all confused and you're not sure what the future holds. And you feel the pressure from the society, from those norms to stay in your lane. And as you do, you feel like there's something missing. It's that a complete other dimension to yourself that you keep locked. I want you to be open-minded. You keep hearing me talk about it. You need to stay open-minded. Just think about it right now. Is there something that you would want to do, the occupation that you would want to start right this minute, today, that would bring a smile on your face? Is there one? Then what's stopping you? You need to give yourself a chance. Don't give me that BS excuse that, oh, there's no money, no opportunity, no time, no fill in the blank. You can do it. I know you can. The reason why I spent a good chunk of this video talking about transcending the media and the technologies, because of things like this. This thing alone gives you access to anything and everything to start the business, arts, crafts, whatever your heart desires. It's just a matter of taking that first step. And yes, I know I started this video by talking about this book, this media project, but this is so much more than that. There are a lot of other things that I want to share with you, my audience, that inspire me personally and hopefully will inspire you to take that first step. Think about even the book itself. It's not written at the quality of Stephen King, who wrote a ton of those thrillers. The audiobook that I loved wasn't performed at the level of that Oscar-nominated artist. Yet who cares? I do not take Supermarket at its single face value. I take it as this all-encompassing project that just really charges me up. I said that word before. It gets me excited. When I finished that book, the first thing I did, I just turned on the music and I started writing notes for this video because I wanted to bring it to the attention of others who might miss it otherwise by just saying, book written by a rapper, who cares? Supermarket, its entire project, also resonates with me on a whole nother level when it comes to combining different arts forms and creating your own thing. So many times when we're talking about my YouTube channel, I've heard from some people who watched my videos and said, hey, why are you switching between different themes as you go through the week-to-week cadence? Or I would watch other creators talk about how to grow their channel, and all they keep hearing is like, oh, you should really stick to this one theme, you should really stay in this one lane, and you should keep doing this thing. Like, f that. This is my theme. This is my way of doing it. I'm paving my own way through this medium. I also have my business and professional aspirations. I have my artistic aspirations. I just combine them all. I just mix them up, and I know I'm creating something new. I know I will have challenges. I know it's going to be tough, but that's the whole point. Why would I follow someone else's path, create things that have been already created? For what purpose? I want to bring new things to this world. All I'm trying to say is, if you're still watching this video, you've made it this far, that means that there's something inside you that resonates with this idea. So go and explore it. Go, if you have a chance, if you have an opportunity, check out either the book itself, listen to Supermarket soundtrack. It will be enough as well for you to start on that journey. And if you are feeling that motivational drive, if you feel that inspiration, just fill up that inspirational tank, fill up the motivational tank, and go do what you really are passionate about. Do not listen to those people who will tell you that it's not possible. Do not give up when the going will get tough, and keep mixing those polar opposite occupations, no matter how far on the opposite sides of perceived, like, business, artistic, academic occupations those things are. I'm not special, and I'm doing it, and so can you. Okay, now this is already becoming a very long video. I'm about to, hit the brakes on this whole thing. I'm already getting winded myself. My final point is that there's better be a silver adaptation of this book. Bobby Hall did an amazing job painting the picture, painting the scenes to the point where, as I was listening to them, I wasn't listening to the audiobook, I was watching that movie, and I feel so inspired, I feel so hyped and cocky about it that I would say that I direct the hell out of it. To the point that I already made up my mind about the casting decision, which means I know who I'd hire to play the main part. Hats off to Logic, he already name dropped Joseph Gordon-Levitt as someone who would play the part of Flynn, and I think this is a perfect decision. Aaron Paul to play Frank, he has the right amount of that pizzazz to pull off that role, and ZZ Beats to play Mia. Just saying. Have you heard about Supermarket before watching this video? If you have, what stopped you, or what actually motivated you to go and check out this project? And if you think about all the other types of medias that we're yet to mix together, what do you think will be a great combination? Let us know and share the ideas in the section below. That's it. I promise I'm done. We're wrapping up right now. If you have a chance, if you have an opportunity, go check out Supermarket in whatever form you can get your hands on. If you happen to look for a director to make this movie, my email is on the about page. You can slide in my DM on my social media. Jokes aside. Thank you very much guys for stopping by. If you're new to this channel, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and check out the videos in the backlog. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you very much for stopping by. As always, let me know in the comment section below what you thought about this video, and I will see you all next Saturday, 10 AM Eastern, on this very channel. I feel pumped by just talking about it, and it kind of makes me want to go and relive the experience again and listen to Supermarket or read it again, but at the same time, I'm afraid that it's not gonna be the same thing, because the first time never repeats. I don't know. Don't listen to my nonsense at this point. I'm just too tired. Go check out the Supermarket. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Here's my email. Here's my social media. Okay, bye.